Shavasti, can you talk more about what it means to be spiritual?
Well, I think there are lots of misinterpretations of what it is to be spiritual. Some people use their spirituality to separate themselves from the world, and other people use their spirituality to go deeper into the world. And so, quite often, spirituality is used as a way of separating ourselves from those people over there. Mm-hmm. Or even the word consciousness. Mm-hmm. They're not conscious, I'm conscious. They're not spiritual, I'm spiritual. And for me, at the heart of spirituality is living from an undefended heart. It really is about undefended, unmasked love that lives without pretenses. And so many people within spiritual circles can develop what's been called a spiritual mask, a love mask, where everything is love and light. But when we scratch under the surface, a lot of that is in avoidance of the pain and the grief and the separation that they truly feel. And so that's evident when we meet those who identify themselves as spiritual, who are always talking about those who are unconscious and those who are not spiritual. So we can already hear the separation. And so when they live in that place of everything needs to be positive or everything is love and light, then I can hear the separation in that languaging. And so the next thing that you'll hear them say is, oh, I don't like to hang around with unconscious people. And so the world becomes separated into that which is good and that which is bad. Religion does that extremely well, but so does modern day spirituality. There are many aspects of modern day spirituality that simply mirror what religion has done. So instead of the good people and the bad people, the sinners and the saved. So in some religions we've got the saved and we've got the sinners. We've got the bad people and the good people. We've got the observant people and the non-observant people. And now, with a lot of modern day spirituality, we have, oh, but they're not conscious. They are unconscious. And we are conscious. Mm-hmm. And so my question is always, where does kindness fit into all of that? So do we become unkind to someone simply because they're not at a level of consciousness that we feel is acceptable for us? So what is consciousness anyway? Consciousness is the awareness that there's more to this life than the physical body. There's more to this life than just me. I live in an interconnected world. In a connected world. I'm connected to this plant, for example. I'm connected to you. I'm connected to this building. There is no separation. Everything is an expression of energy, consciousness, and awareness. And therefore, for me, the primary impulse towards spirituality is, who am I in this world? What is my contribution to this world? And so let my contribution be kindness. And how do I get there? I get there through choosing consciously to live through an undefended heart. And so how does the heart become defended? Mm-hmm. So as children, growing up in a particular family, in a particular culture, we begin to hide parts of ourselves. And so little boys are meant to be tough and masculine and dress in certain ways and be certain ways. And so little boys might begin to hide their gentleness. They might begin to hide their gentleness away in shame because what's being expected of them is anything but gentleness. And so this becomes part of the defense. And so their heart becomes defended. I'm not allowed to show the world that actually I'm gentle and I'm sensitive. Little girls are often taught to be nice, to always be nice. not to express their opinions. So I'm going to hide my own thoughts and my own feelings from other people, and I'm going to be pleasant to you no matter what. So that becomes a mask that we create. And so living from an undefended heart is about deconstructing those masks and coming to the pain of that experience. Mm-hmm. And it's a very painful experience to be told by culture, society, family, parents, that the type of young girl that you are who has opinions, or the type of young boy that you are that is gentle, these are just two examples, so there are many different examples I could use, is in some way unhealthy, unwelcome, unwanted. That's a very painful experience. So that is the experience of perhaps your parent, or a school teacher, or your church, or your religion, or your synagogue, or your temple, rejecting a very essential part of you, an essential part of you. Mm-hmm. And so if your intelligence is an essential part of you, and if we look at the history of Europe and the witch burnings, so the women they came after were strong, independent, intelligent women. Mm-hmm. And so they tried to destroy the wisdom of women. And so coming from an undefended heart is around deconstructing everything that we've created around the heart in order to hide our true essence. And our true essence could be something that is generally considered to be unacceptable by our culture and society. So, for example, I, as a young child, learned at a very young age to hide my sensitivity because I was told constantly to toughen up, toughen up, toughen up, toughen up. And the fact that I spoke to trees and plants and frogs and rocks, I also learned at a young age to hide that part of myself. So now I do talk to trees, and I have no problem with that. And so for me, spirituality is about reclaiming the truth of who we are, the essence of who we are. So much of our essence has been hidden under so many layers of mask and defense, and it's about deconstructing